Hello children, last time we discussed about two important concepts or two important questions from the chapter The Rise of Nationalism in Europe. So far in two videos I have explained to you about age of revolution or age of revolutions from 1830 to 1848. And another concept or question we took up in second video that was about 1848 revolution by the liberals. So in this video we will discuss about a different question, a different concept from this chapter, The Rise of Nationalism in Europe. And before we come to the exact question or concept, first you should know the location of two important countries in Europe, because we will discuss a bit about these two countries. This is the political map of Europe. So wherever my pointer is, this is Germany. Okay, and if I move my cursor or pointer towards the right side, there is a country called Poland. Okay, all these countries, when we talk about in this chapter, long time back, when we're talking about 19th century, okay, these countries were under the empires. Dynastic rulers were ruling, and there was no specific country like Germany, Poland, France. Whatever we see today, all these countries did not exist as a nation or as an independent nation. So once again I want to stress on this particular country, Germany here, and right side this country, you can see the boundary, Poland. Poland is a little smaller than Germany right now, but those days everything was mixed up under a particular empire. The people from Poland, Germany, Italy, all were living together in big empires. So that's why in this chapter we learn how the liberal nationalists, the people in Europe, they felt to change the administration, change the political system of the country. People obviously did not want monarchy to continue anymore. So Germany, and this is Poland, and now the question is, culture played an important role in creating the idea of the nation. Support the statement with suitable examples. This question can be framed in a different manner like this: how did nationalism develop through culture in Europe? Explain. So here we are talking about when there was a process of uniting people together to go against, to bring a transformation in the European society, to bring a change in the European society. And the people had to go against the monarchy, or people who are living in the empires. So culture, we'll come to know that how culture played an important role. Like specific culture like German culture, Polish culture, then Italian culture, Greek culture. So each country, the people, when you talk about the people of a particular country have a specific culture. So culture played an important role, and how did culture play an important role creating the idea of the nation? When the people were aspiring to form independent nations in Europe, So through culture, okay, and the process was set towards unifying and the regions to form a unified Germany or Italy, okay. So all Italian people had to live in one territory. So the process of creating nation states was going on. So when this kind of question comes, the role of culture to create the idea of nation, to unite people all over Europe, okay, how did it help? So for this question, you'd be writing few points specifically. Okay, for this question can be asked for 3 marks or 5 marks, either 3 marks or 5 marks. Okay, first point you should know, a very important point or important word, Romanticism. There is a word Romanticism is used in this particular part when we talk about culture. So basically you should know what is the meaning of Romanticism. Romanticism is a cultural movement. People may be thinking in a different way, a different angle. People may be having some kind of perception. What is this Romanticism? So this is nothing. This is a cultural movement, and through this cultural movement, people or nationalists, or liberal nationalists or nationalists, try to unite people and to glorify their own culture. So the people, or very important people over there, we will can know about two personalities. So these people were called romantic artists. So Romanticism is basically a cultural movement, and those who supported the important or renowned people called romantic artists. And they were giving so much of importance to emotions of people, or mystical feelings. Mystical feelings means like divine feeling, godly feelings. And they wanted to unite people, reminding people of the great heritage of that particular group of people. And they reminded people of the past, glorious past, how great their culture was, okay. All these things some people might have forgotten. So these people, in order to unite all of them to fight against the monarchy, to set up a new political order, to a new political system in country, to form nation states. So romantic artists, they focused very much on the cultural past, the heritage, and they made people much more aware of the art, poetry, stories, music, dance. Through all these ways, they wanted to revive all the traditional things, the old things, to create, to bind all people together, and so that the unification process continues in a positive manner, so that all people will be successful in setting up nation states. So just few minutes before I was showing you the map of Germany and Poland too, because I need to mention two personalities, great personalities from these two countries. German philosopher Johann Gottfried Herder, J.G. Herder. This philosopher from Germany, and who was, you can say, a romanticist. He said that true German culture could be discovered among the common people. That means common people, ordinary people, are to be given so much of importance. And through them, the revival of culture if the people have forgotten about their culture, whether it is art, craft, music, dance, theater, everything had to be revived through the ordinary people, the common people. And that was his view. And he was a great German philosopher, or you can say romantic artist. And he talked about German culture, okay? And all German people had to be united through the revival of culture, okay? And people will have to be, brought together. And in general, when you talk about culture, played a very important role in arousing the spirit of nationalism everywhere in Europe, and specifically now I'm talking about Poland. In Poland also, Poland is a country also nearby Germany, just now I showed you on the map. So, like Germany, in Poland also culture was given so much of stress by Romanticists or romantic artists. Very famous person or romantic artist was Karol Karpinski. Karol Karpinski celebrated nationalist movement through music, operas, and turning folk dances like the polonaise and mazurka into nationalist symbols. So this person in Poland, he also wanted to make people aware of the Polish culture, and he gave so much of importance to music, Polish music and operas, and they had some traditional folk dances called polonaise and mazurka. Through that, he wanted to arouse the spirit of nationalism in Poland, so that a new nation of Poland can be created very soon. That was the purpose. Similarly, in Germany, the independent nation state called Germany could be founded, could be formed very soon. So this is about Germany and this is about Poland. So these are the points you are supposed to mention for this question. The next one is, in order to unite people, to make them aware of the glorious past through all these ways, art, craft, music, traditional dance forms, all these ways people were brought together to support in this process of unification or creating nation states. And next point is about female allegories were invented by artists in the 19th century to represent the nation. Allegory is basically, an abstract idea is given in the form of a figure, like whole Indian subcontinent, or has been given an allegory like Bharat Mata. The image of Bharat Mata, signifies the whole India, and we call it Mother India or Bharat Mata. So this kind of symbolic figures were created so that people will have a feeling of patriotism towards their own motherland. So in France, like Bharat Mata in India, the female allegory for France was Marianne, and in Germany it was Germania. So all these things were invented by artists those days. The only idea is how to unite people, how to make people feel the importance of their own culture, tradition, and they can now be ready to fight against the existing system, to bring a change. They don't want to see any more monarchy or empires. So all these people together form independent nations. That's why the topic name is the rise of nationalism in Europe. So these 6 points I have discussed with you, and the last point can also be included in this question. Vernacular languages strengthen the nationalist feelings. Local languages were also given importance, highlighted by the nationalist leaders or liberal nationalists. If at all these people from all the regions had to be united, then vernacular languages, the local dialects, local languages had to be given so much of importance, okay, to support all the local languages, so that people will be interested to join in and to support in the process of the nation building. So all these points, children, you need to write. The answer to the question was culture played an important role in creating the idea of the nation. Support the statement with suitable example. So you need to mention about the meaning of Romanticism and the role of art, poetry, stories, music, etc. in shaping nationalist feelings. And you need to mention about these 2 famous personalities, one from Germany, Johann Gottfried Herder, and from Poland, Karol Karpinski. So he said about the true German culture had to be discovered through or among the common people, and Karol Karpinski wanted to create the nationalist feeling among the people through music, operas, and through folk dances, etc. Then female figures were also invented, or allegories were invented by the artist. All these things were created only to bring all the people together, having the same culture, so that they will be joining, they will strengthen the movement to make all people united to have a drastic change in the political system, in the political order. They wanted to create nation states, not the monarchical, dynastic. They did not want to they did not want to join, or did not want to be in the empires set up by dynastic rulers. And of course, the last point you can mention about the local languages played important role, are given so much of importance and promoted. You can see vernacular languages were also promoted, so that all the people will be interested to join in the process of unification or process of creating nation states. So children, that's all about this particular question, and this was asked for a few times in your board question papers. So this is a very important question, very important. Could be asked for 3 marks or 5 marks. So that's all for today. Thank you so much, children. Bye.